back to our channel. Today we're just going to be doing a wee video about the things we wish we knew before we started first year university. For both me and Lee, it was our first time staying away from home because obviously we moved into halls, so we'll be doing a wee chat about that obviously, but I know a lot of people maybe aren't moving out, a lot of people maybe have lived away from home before.
A lot of people might hate their families and they're ready to move out.
Yeah, you know, so everyone comes from different circumstances. So we're just sitting in our living room just now. We're also going to be uploading a video.
It's Jed. He's
our flatmate
famous.
Jed, yeah. He's kind of a big deal. Unless there's anything else, we'll just get cracking.
Crack-a-lackin'.
Well, first, a lot of people, before I came to university, were like saying to me like, oh, student halls, like, you know. So we're just wanting to kind of talk about what is it actually like?
What's it all about? What are the dynamics? What to expect? What not to expect?
So yeah, moving into halls, I think for me was one of like the scariest things I've like ever done. Yeah, I think one of the things that I wish I knew was that everyone was nervous. I felt like I was so worried, and like on the first day I was like so stressed, and I remember we all came in here and everyone was just so like chill, like everyone was just sitting, and I was literally like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. If I had known everyone else felt like that, like
you would have been much more like confident.
Exactly, but see, to be honest, by the first night, like obviously we all went out for the first night of freshers together. By the time we'd started drinking, like I'd literally known these people for like 5 minutes, and I was like standing up on this table like dancing and that, so like it's all good once, you know, you start like bonding and stuff. We all went to Prees one of the flats down below, and that was when everyone in the kind of halls mixed together, and it was like so good. And like literally I would advise, just when you're in freshers, just make friends, as many friends as you do, like, or at least talk to people, like just don't hesitate, because nobody's gonna look back and be like, oh my god, remember that person that was like speaking to everyone? They're gonna be like, oh my god, remember when we first met?
I was just nervous and like it felt weird being in a different country. I know it's only Scotland, but like
yeah, that's I suppose a big thing for international students. I know you're not really international.
Yeah, but like you're like you may be like living without your family, but like your family's like an hour away.
Remember as well, you're probably not gonna be friends with everyone.
You sort of have to accept that.
And that's just life. Like we've definitely been so lucky with our flatmates. This has definitely all got along, and I've definitely made friends for life.
Yeah.
Like, but like we have been really lucky. But it is important to remember that if you don't think you're bonding with your flatmates, like that isn't completely like the worst thing in the world. You'll make other friends, like in your course and in societies and on nights out. Like there's so many other ways to meet people. So your flatmates aren't the be all and end all.
And you more than likely will bond with your flatmates because you're spending every day with them. Some of them will probably annoy you. Not saying that any annoy me. What are you doing? None of them annoy me.
Yeah, I personally like every single one of my flatmates.
Yeah,
but
same.
It's normal, and like it's normal not to.
Yeah, it's normal to come into conflict with like flatmates, because you know you're like, depending on what halls you're in, you're like 5 young people in a tiny space. Like there are going to be personality clashes.
Yeah, 100%.
There are going to be moments where you're annoyed. It'll be really petty stuff like about the bin, about dishes.
Yeah, I can relate. There will probably be one very messy person, and also one very, very tidy person.
Who do you think the messy and tidy person is in our flat?
The tidy person is definitely me.
Who's messy?
Like there's literally not another contender. The messiest, probably Poppy.
Yeah.
No shade, Poppy. Love you so much, but you are definitely the messiest.
That chili that was sitting there for 3 days, it went black.
But yeah, so for our halls, me and Lee both stay in Donnelly and Stirling. But we don't actually stay in the same flat, but we stay in the flats next to each other, so we've just always, like, our two flats have just always been
combined. Yeah, it's so, like a fire door separates us, but
we just go through it.
I feel like there's some people who just can't cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
everyone says like, oh, like students just live off like pot noodles and stuff. One thing that's really important to remember is pasta is not that hard to cook.
Yeah.
So definitely invest in like learning to cook pasta. Also, ready meals. What else do you have? I cook chicken, but I understand why some people maybe wouldn't do it.
I'm quite a good cook, I think. At uni.
Yeah,
like,
I think I've definitely got better than I was in like the first week. And I think don't worry if you come to uni and you think, oh my god, I really can't cook. Like, you'll pick things up along the way,
definitely.
and if you really, really can't cook, then you'll just put stuff in the oven. Like, that isn't hard. One of your flatmates could even do it for you. So, life living away from home is simple, but sometimes it's not easy.
Deep.
Living in halls is not always easy,
Yeah.
especially if you live in cheaper halls. There are accommodation services who most of the time are willing to help and just report things and keep at them until they fix it.
Another thing to expect is you'll definitely make really, really, really close friends.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, to be honest, being at uni, the halls is not about where you stay and how much everything works. It's the people that make it. And I would say the cheaper halls are much more social. But yeah, I've had an all-round good experience staying in halls. Like, a couple of things have broken, a couple of times we've not had any hot water, but it's the experience.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like I've had a really good experience in like Donnelly halls. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that experience living in like the more expensive halls.
Yeah.
Or something. Don't think that uni, right, this might be like just my personal opinion, but in my opinion, I do not think that uni work or coursework is anywhere near as hard, or you get as much pressure as A-levels or advanced hires or just hires. Like,
yeah, definitely I would say in first year.
In first year it's...
Don't stress out too much about uni. You do just need to pass first and second year. It doesn't impact the rest. Well, I presume this is true for every uni. It definitely true for Stirling. It doesn't impact your third and fourth year, your final grade, anything. You do just need to pass. Obviously, it's good to do well. Like, that's great. But don't beat yourself up. Like, just do your best and make sure you enjoy everything. Don't miss like social events to study. Sorry, Mum, but I said
I've done
it.
that.
Like, yeah, I've done it, and I won't look back and be like, oh, I'm so glad I got like this amount on this essay and missed this night out, or I missed like people going to be honest, there's not a lot to do except go out.
I'm such a nerd. No, I'm such a nerd. I would like miss a night out and then be really happy that I did. I would sit there and be like, so glad I missed that night out in dust because I got a really good mark in my Spanish.
Well, maybe we're just different people. And why does my arm look so long?
It really depends on the type of relationship you have, to be honest. Like, if you don't have a particularly strong relationship, then I just don't think it will work in uni, if you get me. I know that's
Lee's just so filled with hope. Lee,
do you
want to put some context in?
No, but that's true though. Like, if you go into uni and your relationship is like fragile, or like it's not the strongest, or like it's very, very, very like casual, I really doubt it will last the year, just because like the nightlife, and I know it sounds so stupid, there's such an emphasis on nightlife and like pulling and stuff like that. Like, if your relationship isn't strong and it's just casual, then I don't think it'll last. But see, if you have like a really strong relationship that's like really like intense probably isn't a good word, but like intense, I think it can work if you really, really wanted to, and your priorities aren't focused on nightlife and stuff like that. And then I would also say, if your priorities are focused on pulling, like nightlife and stuff like that, and you're still in a relationship and you're doing that stuff, like, you need to end it. Like, it's best for you and the other person.
Lee's actually going in.
But
similarly, right, don't let being in a relationship put you off going to uni. Just because, some people say that your relationship won't survive it. If the relationship won't survive it, that doesn't have anything to do with whether you should go to uni or not, whether you should move away or not. Like
that'd be like,
cannot stress that enough. Like,
it's not that hard.
Ideal.
A long distance relationship isn't that hard. Like, I went to obviously Stirling Uni in Scotland, and then my girlfriend went to Brown University in England, and that's literally like Stirling's up here, Brown's down here, like a 12-hour bus journey, and like uni's been fine, and you've been going out and stuff like that. And
Mia comes to visit all the time.
Yeah, like it is doable, and don't let your relationship stop you from going to university you want or going to university at all, because then I feel like you'll end up just resenting the other person for like ruining your life and preventing you from doing something that you've always wanted to do.
There's 2 clubs, Dusk and Foot Bar, and it's kind of, you know what clubs you go to on what day. Like Monday, Tuesday, Dusk, Wednesday, Thursday, Foot Bar, Friday, Dusk, Saturday, Foot Bar. I don't really know where people go on Sundays. I've never ever been out on Sunday. Me and Lee have never been a massive fan of Foot Bar.
It's just so crap.
But I know that so many people really don't like Dusk. So I think it is just what you prefer, but yeah. It is like a nice club. We'll maybe attach some pictures. Dusk have a really lovely mirror, and they have straighteners and hair. Bathroom. And yeah, it's pretty good. Also, for praise, most people go to Tingle, which is like a wee shop bar. It is good, and it's so cheap. £1 vodkas, like £1.50 like mixed shots. They're so good. Yeah, we'll go Tingle.
VKs are amazing.
Yeah, we love VK since we came to uni.
They're not going to be in Northern Ireland,
so sad. Do you want to get VKs from the Nisa later?
Pack them all away.
Also, things to do in Stirling in general that don't involve going out. There is so many different things. Stirling Uni has a lovely campus. The campus is gorgeous.
Like, I don't think there's a campus like it in the United Kingdom.
Definitely not. Stirling is definitely the prettiest uni, and maybe we're biased, but we're probably not. So yeah, definitely there's still stuff to do. You can go on really nice bike rides and walks and things. Me and Lee hired bikes the other day there. You know, there's the town. It's got the Thistle Centre.
Thistle Centre.
The Thistle Centre.
I feel like Stirling Uni gets bad rap. Like, you look up Stirling Uni in the league tables. It does quite good.
Yeah, is it not like the number one?
It's number one for like criminology and sociology.
Yeah, I think it's number one for sports studies as well. If not, it's second. It's high up anyway.
That smell.
I don't know, but it stinks. Halls. What's it really like?